giving in when life gets tough. This song's for the soldiers, never call it quits. Live for the challenge, they can never get enough of this. Song's for the winners, never giving up, never giving in when life gets tough. This song's for the soldiers, never call it quits. Live for the challenge, they can never get enough of this. Once upon a time we were dreaming, now we're on the come up, steady scheming. We ain't got a lot, but you know we believe in what we feel in our hearts. As we reach for the ceiling, they all just frowned and shook their heads. I nodded with a smile and took their bets. Came out on top and they all on the losing end. Nothing turned out how they thought it really should have been. And I ought to thank them for real. Gave me the fire, they turned me to steel. If love is war, life is a battlefield. Headed for the sky, wonder how that'll feel. Ready to be living it, making dividends.
And welcome to Coffee and Tea with Aeson and Hazel. How are you, my British queen?
I'm very well, thank you. How's yourself?
Being totally evil and eating up your talk TV.
You carry on.
I find some of the stuff they say on there fascinating because they never get away with it in the United States.
Like what?
Well, like this suspicions on where your princess is. Hello, y'all guys were told she would not return to public life until after Easter.
Yes, there's something fishy about that.
Not really. I think she had some major abdominal surgery.
Do you know, I think it's to do with her parenting bits.
I would agree.
For some reason, I thought about an ectopic pregnancy.
That's a strong possibility, and those take a good while to recover. But,
yeah,
you know, apparently your social media over there is in the gutter.
Yeah.
With suspicions of she's ran off to Zimbabwe, you know, she's leaving the family, she's going to become like the vagabonds that moved to the United States that will happily return.
I just don't see why they can't leave them alone.
Tell me about it.
You know, they've got they've got the 3 kids. Is it 3 they've got now? Yeah.
Yeah, 3.
Leave them alone to live their family life.
Right, and to recover.
Like at Easter, because they've got a property up here in one of the little villages, because as you know,
right,
like the people up here, they leave them get on with it.
Exactly.
So they'll be up here for Easter.
Hopefully.
Yeah. But just leave them live their lives.
Yeah. But, my God, they have made up some of the worst stories about her.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's none of your business.
And because he cancelled a Memorial Day because he said he needed to be with the family.
He said he had to take a personal day.
Yeah. Which then meant everybody kicked off even more.
Well, get this. This is what I don't get. Okay. The day he took a personal day was the day that the vagabond lost his case in the suit.
Yeah.
And you're telling me the VP of the firm didn't have to go and figure out, okay, what are we going to do now?
Yeah.
What's the next thing they're going to say? I would have canceled too and said, sorry, I've got to take a personal day because I've got to get into the office and slap Joe around.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just think, do you know what? They've got those babies because that's all they are, babies.
Right. I mean, the oldest one is just going to kindergarten now.
Yeah.
Or primary 1. Whatever. I believe that's kindergarten.
Yeah, it is over here.
Yeah.
And it's like, just leave them enjoy their lives. Leave them have the life that every other family should be enjoying.
Right. But you may be onto something here.
I got you thinking now, haven't I? Hi, Brenda. Hi, Shannon. I have had a haircut, very short. Easier when the baby comes. He's coming tomorrow night for sleepover.
6 weeks is typical for fully recoverable. But if there was complications, like they caught it late, that could even take it longer.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, in hospital for 2 weeks, that's major.
Yeah.
You do have a lot of curls. I saw your new picture today, Shannon. It was gorgeous. But I am like, you know, we have like conspiracy theory over here. You
Yeah.
have the rocket. Like, forget it.
Yeah, they make up so many cock and bull stories. It's like, give them a break.
Yeah,
Leave them do what they need to do.
exactly. Pull somebody out. Like, I'm sorry. When we look at everybody over there, there's a ton of royalty over there.
Yeah.
Pull some of those out of mothballs. Have the what is she? She's the Countess of Sandwiches or something. She has a YouTube channel. I love watching her because it shows all the old houses over there, which I'll move into one any day. Pull her out and have her go pull some curtains off some plaques.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't understand why she's such a fascination. Well, I can, because if I say this to you now, you'll understand. A lot of people say she's a lot like Diana.
She is a lot like Diana, but you know who she reminds me more of, though?
Go on.
The young queen. Look at how she walks.
Yes. Yeah.
She walks like Elizabeth. She manners like Elizabeth. Like, she
Yeah.
studied Elizabeth. Like, during her
Yeah.
engagement, it was like, bring me all the movies from the 50s. So she could watch and see how to interact with the British public. The only thing that she does differently that the young queen didn't do is she shakes hands.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
Queen Anne and nobody, Queen Anne, Princess Anne, King Charles, and all the older royals never shook hands.
No.
And they
But
always wore gloves.
she's so elegant. No matter what she wears, she always looks stunning.
She does, but I did discover watching some of the talk stuff. She rewears outfits. She is not like the queen.
No. Her motto is don't waste anything.
Uh-huh.
Because they actually grow their own vegetables as well.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I think that'll be an interesting monarchy. I hope we live to see it.
Yes.
Yes.
I think we will.
Yeah, I think we will. And, you know, dear gods, the poor queen took a week off. You would have thought she'd abandoned the Commonwealth.
Yeah. And it's just crazy because even when the royal family are not in the UK still runs.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, we run like a sack of shit. We have done since our Prime Minister came in. But that's neither here nor there.
I don't like this one. I do not care. Like, and granted, I'm not supremely happy currently with our government. And, you know, there is a claim that maybe the Welsh should be like claiming the middle of the United States, but that's a whole nother thing. Which I got into. Yes, I've been watching really old television, but I would rather have you. I do not like your prime minister. Like, when does he go up for election, or does he?
There was something about that today. Hang on. Where do we? Sky News. I think it's soon because they're on about voting.
Mm-hmm.
I got a feeling it could be later this year.
Cool. That'd be nice to see a new prime minister. Because
he's not.
Sucks.
Do you know? It's really hard because you don't live in the real world.
Well, he doesn't debate well. Like, one of my guilty pleasures is to watch your Parliament.
Oh, you mean the zoo?
I mean Parliament. It does look like a zoo. But comparatively, I really think our Congress would do well with taking over the British Parliament's rules and actions. Live debates, no freaking 3-hour speeches. And to have to watch the president hop up and defend his position on every bill is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. But the thing that, like, everybody, the rich, shall we say, loves this president. Yeah, they would, because his wife is a multi-millionaire that's just been done for tax evasion.
Why is he not out with a rod and reel?
There we go.
If that would have been, okay, let's go back to our childhood. If that was Margaret Thatcher.
Hi, Devon.
Hi, Devon. If that was Margaret Thatcher, her husband would have if he had gotten convicted of tax evasion,
Yeah.
they would have ran her out of every commonwealth and the ones they need to come and repossess.
Do you know what? They would have done a bloody good job, because she screwed up a lot of the country.
She did. She did screw up a lot of the country, but at the same time, I think if you did not have her, then you would not have gotten Tony Blair that came in and cleaned shit up.
The thing is, this is what people don't understand. Yeah, we see in shit now. We see in our country falling apart now. When the kids are older, they're going to be paying back everything. Like, all the bits we were given when COVID was going on.
Right.
We were given extra money for this, extra money for that.
Mm-hmm.
But that all came from the government.
Mm-hmm.
The government are about to go bankrupt because they've got no money.
Mm-hmm.
So it means that our kids, when they get older, they're going to be paying extra taxes, extra national insurance to cover that.
Right.
And I just think these poor kids haven't got a hope in hell.
Yeah, but the same thing occurred on us. Like, I'm sorry, you all paid taxes, are still paying taxes on the rebuild of World War II.
Yeah.
I mean, point blank, 11% of your taxes go for the houses that are in the councils.
Yeah. Yeah.
11% of your GDP is paying back that loan.
Yeah. But you know what really fucks me off? This is when Brenda likes it, 'cause my language flies.
Yes.
The UK will then send millions of pounds abroad to third world countries that say they have nothing. But then you have got our servicemen homeless and sleeping on the streets because our government can't afford to house them.
I know, it's ridiculous. I think it's also ridiculous in general. Now, granted, the U.S. is doing the same damn thing. We are I think $40 trillion in debt as of last month.
And it's ridiculous because they're never going to recover that money.
I know. They love saying us here versus Mondays.
On a Monday, I've got to be a good girl.
Yes, on Mondays we do have to behave. But, I'm looking at it going, okay, when does this stop? Okay.
Do you know?
And this is what it is, because we're borrowing from ourselves. And what I mean by that is everyone borrows from the World Bank. The World Bank is being funded by us.
Yeah.
Tell me where the sense of this is.
There is no sense. There is no sense. I always get asked, of course, I'm a single parent. Do you claim benefits? And I'm like, no, I work, I pay everything myself. I don't get no benefits. I make sure that I cover all the bills. And then one day somebody said to me, come and sit down with me by here. And I was like, oh, here we go. What's going to go on? She worked out how much better off I would be claiming benefits than working. And I was so much better off claiming benefits.
And it's like, why?
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I would drive myself crackers.
And see, that's just it. We were raised on that generation. You work until you can't.
Yeah.
And then you work some more.
Yeah.
And you don't take benefits. You don't take handouts.
No.
And no matter what the job is, you do the job.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way the benefit program in the UK was built for.
Yeah.
Now here in the US, you got to keep kids popping.
I believe over with you it's really hard to get in the benefit system.
Depending on the benefit system. If it is
Right.
a disability, it's very hard.
Yeah.
Okay. If you can do any job, you don't get on it.
Right. I've got you.
All right.
Got you. Yeah.
Now, if you're a single mom or a family and you got kids, you can hop on welfare and they'll keep you on welfare for a while. We're starting to get a lot more tighter on that. But what aggravates me is it's like when I was a kid, finding a lawn boy was easy. Someone to mow your grass, someone to, wash the car, shovel the snow. Now you can't find them. They don't exist.
And I don't know if you had this situation with like your friends. When your parents went to work, if you had siblings, you had to get those siblings to school. It'd be your responsibility for your parents to go out and work.
If I did not have grandparents, that would have been the situation.
Yeah.
Of course, my parents did it differently. My dad worked midnights. My mother worked days.
Yeah.
So we would be in the exchange until we got ready to go to school, and then our grandparents took care of us getting off to school. But, I remember like being 2 and 3 years old and running the halls of a nursing home while they're doing shift change.
Yeah.
I had 97 grandparents to look at me and go, "Yeah, stop running."
But I bet you had the best cuddles ever.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
But over here now, with like single parents with the welfare system, they've put everything over to universal credit.
Okay.
So that means all the benefits are being rolled into one.
Uh-huh.
But they've got a lot stricter rules.
Uh-huh.
You can't claim, it used to be income support that you could claim up until your child was 16 to stop you going out to work.
Okay.
Now they've dropped that to the age of 8.
Okay.
So once your child hits 8, you have to go out to work.
Good.
Universal credit, now this is where they're getting really clever. You can work and claim, but they take a percentage of that universal credit off you because you're working.
Okay.
So that works so much better.
Right.
But I just let it, I don't have to claim, so just leave it there.
Exactly. My mom knew better. I wouldn't even get up in the mornings, but I was fine with taking care of them after school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what we done as siblings.
I know.
I don't think that's the thing now.
It isn't. It's like, I remember many times coming home and the parents weren't home. And you open the door, you go in, you flip on the TV, you make you a snack, and you do your homework.
Yeah.
What is the problem with this?
Yeah. And do you know what really crazes me? Children now don't know how to do anything for themselves.
No.
I'm really lucky with both my boys. I taught them to cook from a young age. They can both use the washing machine. They can both use a tumble dryer and Hoover. As long as they can do that, they're going to be fine in life.
I'm sure they'll figure out what dust is, but yes.
Yeah. Oh, dust, that's fine. You just go around with a Hoover. But I think that's where, how can I word this? Perhaps that's where children get away with a lot more now.
I think
than when we were growing up. Yeah.
I think, and one of the biggest things we see with younger clients, is they have no self-esteem. They have no idea of self-worth because they've never had to build either.
No.
And they've never had to be let down.
Yeah. And like when parents have new babies and they keep those babies pristine constantly. I'm like, please allow that child to get dirty, because that's why so many children are ill constantly.
I think
We
so.
we dug in the garden, we'd sit in water, we'd jump puddles. We were never ill.
Right. That, and I think diseases are more eviler now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, they just are. Like, they're eviler, they're worser than they used to be.
Yeah. I've already said, soon as Parker can walk, he's having his first pair of wellies. We are finding all the puddles going.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to be wrapped up in cotton wool.
Right.
He's going to fall over. I'm going to pick him up. I'm going to kiss his knee better, and off he'll go.
Exactly. And, I think that's important.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Devon knows all about it.
Pristine children finish after the birth.
Yeah. I think that's a massive part of a child growing up as well.
I think it is, because they need that sense of adventure. They need that sense of danger, because otherwise they don't know.
No.
Okay? Like, if you don't train your instincts, you don't know your instincts.
And that's the thing. That's why I always said to the boys, I'm teaching you to do this because one day you're going to have partners that are going to work and you will need to help within the home.
Yeah.
I'm really strict. Well, I was really strict on showing the boys that it's not all left to the woman.
I think that's highly important. That, equalized households. Like, people get all confused when I say I barely see mine. And it's because we have an equalized household.
Yeah.
Meaning, they do their thing, I do my thing. We're not up by each other's elbows.
Yeah. And can I just stop you a minute?
Yeah.
Can I just... Happy National Ladies' Day to all you lovely ladies that are watching us.
Yes. And I don't want to hear any crap from the corner either.
I think that the official term is National Independence Day for the ladies.
International Ladies' Day.
Yeah, we are. Give me a break. It is like 2:30 in the morning, 1:30.
I know. But happy International Ladies' Day. And for those in the peanut gallery, go sit down. I don't want to hear your comments about when's Men's Day. It's always.
Yes. What's Devon put? 3-year-old child with my 3-year. Oh, see it. And that's the thing, Devon. Even though at the time you could have really gone to town on her, it's something that you laugh about now.
Yeah.
And that's how memories are made.
Yeah. And that's how a lot of rethinking is going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, looking back, I don't know, did we have it better or is it the same?
I think we had it better.
I think so too, because, there's this Gen X thing going around, and it talks about, like, walking everywhere when you were a child. And I'm like, yeah, you don't get into strangers' cars. You don't get into non-strangers' cars because they ain't going to take you where you want to go.
When we were young, you could be in the park, another family there, you'd sit talking to them.
Yeah.
If they had sandwiches or you had sandwiches, you'd all share because that was the done thing.
Right.
Now you'd be afraid to do that in case there's something in the sandwiches.
Well, we went through that in general here, because we went through stranger danger. We went through, someone's going to poison your candy or that type of thing. But, nowadays, I don't think kids get to go be kids that often. Like, how many people throw their kids out and tell them to go find something to do at 8 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah. Yeah. When we were kids, you'd go with a pack up, you'd be out all day. You knew when it was getting dark because the lights come on that you needed to go home.
Exactly.
One thing I want to ask, do your primary school teacher, your primary school children learn about Beachbody?
Beachbody? As in the diet program?
No.
Okay.
Over here, they're teaching sex education from the age of 4 years up now.
Oh, that's not allowed.
But what they say, I agree with. Right, so how they explain it is when you see a little girl in a swimming costume and everything is covered, if anybody tries to touch you where you should be covered, you need to tell an adult.
See, that's not taught here. Again,
Right.
of how it's labeled.
Right.
They're starting to ban books in schools here.
Really?
Like Shakespeare. Romeo and Juliet is two sexes.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
And the thing is, over here we can't sing Bar Bar Black Sheep anymore.
Okay, are they against giving wool?
It's racist.
Okay.
I just don't get it.
Well, I don't get it, but I don't question it because it's not my department.
If something was taught to me when I was a baby, it's a traditional nursery rhyme.
Right.
Why should it be changed? Bar Bar Black Sheep. So when you go up a mountain and you see black and white sheep, does that mean you got to ignore the black sheep and just pay attention to the white sheep?
I don't know. I don't understand. Like, I can't facilitate to that. I know that over here, a lot of songs aren't sung anymore, but not for the reason that they state.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And people are not going to like this, and you can send your hate mail to aeson@idon'tcare.com. A lot of nursery rhymes and stuff over here aren't sung that way, because a lot of nursery rhymes were used as songs they would sing in the cotton fields.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And pat a cake is something our grandparents were probably sung by their parents.
Right. You know, and I think that we have a lot of not fully, and this, I heard that the king is actually having a study to go back and figure out, like, where the royal family had anything to do with slavery and the slave cause, and did they make any profit or anything off of it, which I think is fine. But I feel like that there's a lot of things that went on, and a lot of things that were said, and a lot of things that have been turned racist.
Yeah.
That may not have been racist, but it's easy to latch onto.
Yeah.
But my position has always been, I don't know, so I can't speak to that.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't there in 1834.
And that's the thing, again, it's things they can't change. It's been done, dusted, centuries ago. Leave it go. Don't upset other people by saying we did this, this, and this. Because the royal family have so much hate against them anyway.
Right.
Why make the situation worse?
Right. Well, and for our viewers, they'll remember when I got pissed off. Oh, I don't know. What was it, Shannon and Brenda? Maybe 2 years ago, someone pissed me off for using the word gypsy and called me a racist. Said, really? Hello? Romney, gypsy, traveler.
Yeah.
Which label do you want to use for me?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you're being racist to yourself. And I'm like, no.
That's the correct word for him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they didn't like that. And I'm like, let's see who is complaining here. Oh, the non-one. What I mean by the non-one is you weren't Romney, so what are you doing? Yeah, they were also targeting Barefoot Gypsy. And I'm like, you're not Romney. You're not Gypsy. You're not Traveler. So where do you get to speak to that?
Yeah. And we have a big thing over here at the moment. I won't say the word because I don't want to offend anybody, because there is a real derogatory word over you at the moment.
Okay.
Once I've spelt it, if you're okay to say it, that's fine.
Okay.
But Pikey.
Picky?
Pike.
Oh, Pike. Okay.
With the Y at the end. Because over here, that means somebody that goes and robs other people.
Mm-hmm.
As you know yourself, gypsies and travellers have that name anyway.
Right.
But that's really derogatory over you at the moment. And that's seen as not racist. There's another word for it. I can't think of the word. Google it.
I will, but anyhow, I'll have to look it up because that's not a term that I've ever used or been used with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But, point being is we have to get you have to make your own decisions on things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they were just trying to stir up crap.
Because I'm going to say the Irish gypsies, they are so strong in their ways. If you make friends with the gypsy family, I will say you have friends for life.
Right. And very much so in general, because friends become family. I mean, hello, we were the original foster care system.
Yeah.
But, an example of, some of the stuff that's being talked about over in the UK is reparations. Well, I'm still waiting for mine from the royals of Romania. Like, cough it up.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just put it that way. If so, then they've got a lot of reparations to pay out for a lot of people.
Yeah. Over there, do your athletes and people who have done good for other people ever get knighted or made a dame?
Nay, we don't have that, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we do not have knighthood or dameship. I would love to have had that. Again, I wish they would just come repossess us. Point blank, let's go back to 1776 and go invalid debt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Since the Welsh had already come here before Columbus and settled into the center of America, let them take that back. We'll move there. It'll be Welsh too, and we'll be fine.
It's crazy how things have, I'm not going to say revolved because they haven't. They've just gone backwards.
They have. The pendulum has shifted.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's so much of a repeat. Also, if you look back at, when did the Duke of Windsor and the Duchess of Windsor, he stepped down from the throne and ran off to France? Was that the 30s or the 40s? 30s.
I think that was the 30s.
Okay. It was before this royal family took the royalship. It is playing out so much like that.
Yeah.
If you look at the news media, we are right back there again of like the 30s. And I'm like, oh, here we go again. Here we go again.
Yeah. And if you think that's repeating itself because they had, I think it was smallpox then.
We're going to have it again.
And we've just gone through COVID, which is a similar thing where a lot of people lost their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like everything is just
repeating.
I think life is one big repeat.
It's beginning to look like that, which is kind of scary.
Yeah.
And I'm really tired of being in the washer.
Yeah.
On the spin cycle because it's ridiculous. But if you look at the vagabonds that came to the United States, and if you're not knowing who I'm calling vagabonds, go Google it. Because that's what they are. They're vagabonds. you know, and fighting every little court case. Oh, well, we got to have. No, you don't. You're not doing the
Yeah.
job. You don't get the benefits.
Yeah.
Which your high court got will. I'm really enjoying learning about your court systems.
Yeah.
Like in general, like there's so much streamline. It ain't. Nope. You don't get to have an appeal. Go away.
Yeah. And our things are, right, listen to this. If you're charged with something,
Mm-hmm.
before it can go to court and before you can act, right, they found evidence on you.
Uh-huh.
You can't be charged with it before they give the information to, I think it's the CPR.
Uh-huh.
They then check the evidence against the crime,
Uh-huh.
and it's up to them if you're charged or not.
Right.
Then if you're charged, you're either held on remand or
Right.
you're given a date to come back to court.
Uh-huh.
Some of our courts over here, I think they're called county courts.
Mm-hmm.
They can only give you up to 3 years.
Right.
For anything longer than 3 years, you've got to go to Crown Court where you stand trial.
Uh-huh.
Our trials last nowhere as long as yours.
No.
3 to 4 days maximum for a trial over here.
Right. And it's, you know, and you have to stand and face the court. And they still have robes and all that, which I think is amazing. But after you're proven guilty, there is no I'm going to appeal.
You can, but it costs you thousands. And it's very, very unlikely that you will be granted an appeal.
Right. That's what I'm saying is, you know, you can't just appeal because you want to appeal. There is no automatic appeals.
No. You've got to have good grounds to appeal.
Right. Like new evidence to appeal. And then you have to go before the same judge has said, nope, you're guilty.
Yeah.
And get him to change his mind and go, okay, I didn't think of that.
But then, if that judge says no, you can then go to the Supreme Court.
Uh-huh.
Which is the highest court of all. But what people don't realise, when you go in for an appeal, they can also higher your sentence, the original sentence.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
It's more streamlined here.
Yeah.
Okay. Meaning it's more streamlined for you guys than it is here. Like here, you know, if you're convicted and you're sentenced to death, you'll be appealing for 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Now here, we don't have death row.
I know. Not anymore. Y'all guys had some really nice death row uses in the past.
Yeah.
Y'all even built a whole tower for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Ask me if death row should come back. I'm 50-50 on that.
I think there's some crimes that demand it.
Yes. Yes, that was the words I was looking for. If they've got 100% evidence that somebody have done a nasty crime with minors, shall we say? Yes, without a doubt.
Well, and I think that, you know, if it does come back, it's going to get used a lot more than what it was.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, and I think that, but no, I like how the court is streamlined over there. You know, here's an example. Vagabond 1, the spare, is wanting to appeal the decision of the Home Office again. And it's questionable if he'll even be heard.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. How much, do you know roughly how much it costs for somebody to stay in one of your prisons for a week? I'll Google it over here as well.
Okay. I got it for a year.
Right, let's have a look. How much is yours a year?
35,360 or $94.7 per day.
Ours is 45,000
Okay.
for a year.
Yeah. Now, yours, they don't do jobs, do they?
They can do, but only selected jobs. Like they can be cleaners,
Uh-huh.
they can be kitchen staff, but they can only be kitchen staff working with the utensils. I think it's after they've served half of their sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Only long timers get to be kitchen staff.
Right. But
Once they've done half of their sentence and they are not a threat to anybody else.
well, and see here over here, and this has been my thing forever, is we should make our prisons self-sufficient. What
Yeah.
I mean by that is they can raise their own dairy, they can raise their own garden.
Yeah.
You know, they have that ability.
Do they teach them things in prison over with you?
Unfortunately not. They have
The
some
over-
education programs, but I've seen better homeschooling programs.
Our education system in our prisons is brilliant. They come out with proper qualifications.
Mm-hmm.
They come out and they can go straight into a job if they disclose their background. And
Right.
so
Over
that's
here, I
good.
don't think it's so much useful anymore.
Right.
But anyhow, so we were talking at the before show about networks and the fun of working them. Oh, it can be fun. It can be fun. It's hilarious at times, but at times
It can be fucking annoying. That's what it can be.
well, it can be when dealing with people like management that has not a clue what we do.
So I tell you, ladies, we practically run one line between us.
We don't run it because believe me, if we ran it, there wouldn't be so many there.
We answer all the difficult questions that other advisors cannot work out, or
right, or do not care to, or get stuck with it. And it's like, oh, give me a break. Send them over here.
yeah.
But one of the networks I've been working on is start doing sales, and I'm kind of liking it. Like other advisors are whining and bitching, and I'm like, this isn't interesting. We all go and sell at the same time. We all get off the sale at the same time.
Yeah. The good thing is it gives, this is going to sound so horrible, some of the services are so expensive, it gives other people a chance to try them out as well.
It does. Because, and it also gives them a chance to, but for us advisors to work together on a sale.
Yeah.
Because social media nowadays is so important, and advisors don't do it. I don't know. Now, some of the networks we work on, there's no way you can run social media for them.
No.
Okay. But there are some that it's like, they make it so easy. They give you a link to your page. They do 40 other things for you. All you got to do is do the work.
Some of them just say, well, there's your logon details, get on with them.
Exactly. And they don't care if you do social media or don't do social media, or if they follow this one or follow that one. Like, they're not there yet. But I think go for it.
Shall I read out that message I received a few weeks ago for them to see what we actually put up with?
Yes, but leave out names and stations.
Yeah, I'm just going to find it, because that was quite funny. Oh, where are we? Because I think even you found that one funny.
Mm-hmm.
God, that's 2022. Where the hell is that gone?
In the box?
Yeah. Right, this is one thing that we have to deal with. This particular client didn't like it because I told him that his life wasn't going to go as he wanted it. You must be on drugs or a bitch or on crack. Why tell me you say stuff? This text message I got. She literally doesn't give two shits about me. She doesn't care about lions. She doesn't care about anyone but herself. Please stop long. Please refund me immediately. Bearing in mind, ladies, we got no control over anything.
Right.
You long from one day, one another, dear. She hates me. She don't want nothing to do with me. Just because he couldn't see that things were happening there and then in front of him. This is what we have to deal with on a daily occurrence.
Yeah.
But I don't think they liked my answer back.
Well, I normally rate them on their cussing, and I'd give that a C-.
Mm-hmm. You know, if they're going to call me anything, call me gorgeous.
Exactly. You know, and it's like people get annoyed when someone calls. Okay, people get pissed off being called a bitch. I get to look at them and go, "And what is today?"
See, I like it that I can just fire back at them and then nothing can be said to me.
Yeah, but I wish we had the ability on that one to be able to go, nope, bunkers. Not only are you're now getting charged a Karen fee because you're a pain in my ass, but you're blocked.
I think we could on the one and nothing would be said to us
Oh, I think so.
on LR because they just let us do what we need to do and let us handle clients in our own way.
They do, but they don't also, like, I've got that weird feedback and they won't even deal with it.
See?
Right.
That is so right, Brenda. I just politely replied, go forth and multiply.
Shh. Please don't go forth and multiply. You know, they found IQ is connected to genetics. We don't need that.
Well, good point, yeah. Yeah. But that's just some of what we have to put up with on a daily basis.
Yeah. You know, while dealing with like policies that come out, but are never actually created correctly.
No.
And not everybody in the company gets the same policy.
No.
And when we're saying not everyone gets the same policy, we're talking about they make a policy about accounting. The accountants don't get the policy on accounting. And we're going on 4 months of this, and this one poor soul keeps coming in there going, when's my paycheck coming? And it's like, when we hope it comes, we just count on it coming.
Or the one where we got to use so many characters and certain readers will just keep pressing this part.
Well, how many words can you say no in?
To reach the account character.
See, I have the opposite problem. Here's my opposite problem. They have character minimum. They also have a character maximum. I will hit the maximum. I hit the maximum all the time, and it's like, you know, and I'm at like, thank you, and all I can get is thank. So I've had to eliminate that and go TY and send it before.
I just go to the middle. You can't go wrong.
Well, I've had a conversation with that company going, can you not give me another 1,000 characters to tell this person exactly why they're wrong? And they're like, no, they'll have to order another one. And I'm like,
yeah.
Part 2, please.
Or your bio says, plain and simple, what languages you speak.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get a random language that you can't understand.
Oh, I got software for that stuff. Like, they handed me software the second week I was there.
I've got the software, but I'm not going out of my way to use that software.
Oh, it's easy. Copy, paste, paste, copy. Like, I have no problem at this point reading in any language you want to send me.
That's just some of our daily tasks.
Oh, no, no. Our daily tasks are the more aggravating ones of figuring out who to send minutes to. Because, the company said send out minutes and figure out who paid last and who didn't pay last. When they won't even give me a database to organize them.
See, it's pathetic, really.
It's insane. It's insane. And then we have networks that, have major flat issues. Flat issues.
Yeah.
Gone all the way up the chain to have them fix the issue and got told it was too expensive to fix the issue.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the best one was when the one service went down for 2 days and no one in management had noticed.
It must have been a weekend.
It was a Thursday night.
Uh-huh.
And I just think they couldn't be bothered because the weekend was coming.
I know. Or, my favorite one at this point is anytime this one company does anything new, all their psychics bulk at it.
Yeah.
I'm talking pages and pages, like 52 pages complaining for the opportunity to make money.
Oh my God. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
I don't either. I'm like, are you working or are you not?
Yeah.
And a lot of them go, what do you mean? I said, point blank, those ones like it. You're not doing your job. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Here's all the specs for your job. You're not doing any of these. You're not even hiring half of these out.
I'd love to be on the interview process.
Oh, Lord. I would love to go back to being a QA and interviewer. Like, put me back in management and let's slim down. You need to slim down your network, not a problem.
Yeah.
Give me Google and their profile.
Oh, yes.
If I can't find them on Google other than our site, bye. I don't need you.
Yeah. I agree there 100%.
Right.
I really do.
Because if your picture is something that I can find off a Russian dance site, your profile hits plagiarism alerts.
Yeah. And we do have that going on as well. A lot.
The reason management's currently pissed at me over something was someone was posting pictures with their readings, which is all fine and good. Post a picture of your reading. Clients love seeing the cards you draw.
Yeah.
You do. You look at it and there's a watermark at the bottom for another site that isn't ours.
Yeah.
It isn't the reader's. And you Google image search and it pops up all over the place.
And then the reader gets away with it anyway.
Yeah.
That's a story for another day.
Oh, I don't know. That is what we call the ostrich syndrome, and it happens in management. If it doesn't affect their bottom dollar, they don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm a believer in each reading should be for each person.
Yes. Every reading should be original to a point.
It's unique. Yes.
Now, there are some things that cannot be unique. There is no way you are going to reinvent the definition of the High Priest card for every reading.
No.
There's no need to.
No. But then you get some readers that shouldn't even be on that site because they can't speak English.
Right.
That's so true, Brenda. But the thing is, we are normally the ones that get them busted.
Well, I've been accused of being the golden child, and it's like, no. I look at the company and go, okay, this is what you provide me. Cookies and milk, wonderful. I will make the rest of the dinner. Get out of my way.
Yeah. And I just go in for the kill and say what I think.
Yeah.
Like even the manager cringes when my message pops up.
Is she talking to you yet?
No,
Didn't think so. Neither me either.
no. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if she don't like what I got to say, fuck off.
Uh-huh.
And that's the good thing, I suppose.
Yeah.
She knows not to push me because she knows it don't work.
Well, she knows if she pushes me so far, I will just look at her and go, okay, I've got someone else's email. Thank you.
Put us together, we're a pair of bullies. But no, we know how they work. We've done it for long enough.
Right. Well,
You can look at something and say, what the hell are they doing working on you?
yeah. And or you can look at that, you can go through and go, I don't think they're the right fit.
Yeah.
Or, they're forgetting that hour weight roll. They really should remember that hour weight roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Ah, Shannon is the golden child.
Do you know what, Brenda? If I said half on the Monday show, I'd end up in jail.
No, you would not end up in jail. They don't have us. We don't say half of what we say on the Monday show because we're trying to build the Monday show.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, but I also bust my ass. So if I say I'm not doing something, I'm not doing it. Understandably.
Yeah. But you get to that stage in life where you think, do you know what? You don't deserve the skin off my shit, so I'm not doing it.
Right.
That's where I am at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't scratch my back, I'm not scratching yours. You don't pay me enough.
Well, see, I'm past the you don't pay me enough because at this point I'm like, you have to pay me more than this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not going to short my client for you paying me less.
Yeah.
If they come to me, they're getting my reading, not the company's reading. Because point blank, we looked at it.
Yeah.
And we tried their new reading format. Guess what? The clients
It didn't work. Yeah.
They hate it. They hate that. They take the question, they leave, and they never come back. But you do a full reading with a photo of the cards and a full spread, which is what they're paying for. They get a beautiful reading. They're happy, and they come back for an upgrade.
Yeah. But that's what it's about. It's about building that base, building that friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what it is. Because a client have got to trust you.
Right.
With their information. And the amount of clients that say, can anybody else see this?
Right.
And it's like, no, because it's private.
Right. And it's like, I don't know. Like, I had to have a come to Jesus moment probably around the first of the year about my networks and about what I'm doing with each of them and which ones are going to get my focus and which ones are going to get what I can.
Yeah.
I'm not rolling out of bed to answer the phone anymore. I'm too old.
I've got my main one that you know about.
Right.
And then I use my other one as like an in-between.
I got my main one, which everyone knows.
Yeah.
And then I've got all the other branches, and they're now ranked in, who can provide me calls. And if they're just sitting there doing nothing for me, then they're going to get nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my privates always get the most out of me.
Yeah. My privates always make priority.
Exactly.
For the simple reason they are the clients that give me the courage to keep moving forward.
They're the ones that tickle me pink because they will call me, and I've had relationships with them. I've got one private client I've read for since I was 18. She was my third
Yeah.
reading ever.
Yeah.
And she'll call me up and talk about her grandchildren like they're damn dogs. And I'm like, told you that
Yeah.
one was going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how it should be.
Right. And, that's how the clientele is. Like, the networks don't like it.
No.
They've trying to make us into cookie cutters. And it's like, you can't put me into a cookie cutter because I'm not a gingerbread man.
I think the one thing I said to management, and they were like, you can't say that. And I said, oh, I can. My saying to them was, you can't teach a dog new tricks and don't teach me how to suck eggs because I suck them better. The thing is, management don't know how much we put in.
They don't know how much we put in, but at the same time, they don't even know what we do.
No.
Okay, like, what was it? One of the managers I was in a conversation with, and they asked me an astrology question. I said, well, give me your birth information.
Yeah.
And I pulled it up and I sent it to them. And I've done this with a number of management. They go, that's your astrology report? I said, yes, this is a $75 astrology report.
Yeah.
This is what I want to sell on your site for $75.
Yeah.
Not a penny less. And that includes your commission.
Yeah.
And they don't get it.
No.
When they go, do you want to do astrology? I said, not for that price.
No. The thing is, they don't realize that our time and our energy drains us.
Yes, and does damage to us.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we are doing the level of work of construction workers with the respect you give a secretary.
Yeah.
I had one manager many years ago say, all you are is an operator. And I replied back, all you are is paper pusher. Where's my check?
Yeah. And that's right, because we are the ones which are having the front force of the clients.
Well, we are the front force of the clients. We have to be the face of the company. We are the first line of customer service. Sometimes we are the only customer service to that client.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are also crisis managers, hostage negotiators, and at the same time being a psychic.
Yeah. We'd be good working for the police, as negotiators.
They don't want me working for it because I'll say blow them up. They don't want to out. Kill them all. It's like we would not have this problem with the Middle East by now. The Second World War would have been a large parking lot.
Oh my God, there's no hope. Oh, well.
Truly. I mean, people don't like me because I'm like, let's stop the shit to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we don't get the box, then we don't have a box to deal with. Now, do we?
That is so true. So true.
A lot of the things going on right now in the world could be very well solved with a leather belt.
Yeah, with studs in.
No, you don't want to get them for abuse. You just give them a good ass whipping and send them off to the room.
What's going on in this world at the moment is crazy.
It is. But it's directly because of three things. One, we meddle in other people's business.
Yeah.
Two, we aren't taking care of our own house.
No, I agree.
And three, and this is the more controversial one, if we fight a war and win it, we have a new state.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. It really is.
Well, I think it's crazy, but I also think that it's a lot of us repeating our own damn history. It's like I am just waiting for a Miss Cleo event to occur.
Yeah.
Like
I live near
for it.
I live near an air base.
Uh-huh.
And our boys are out training daily.
Yeah. Ours have been on high alert for months now.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can always tell when they're in training because they're really low. And then all of a sudden they'll go really high.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, here they come. They're doing a good job. Leave them be.
Exactly. So here's my thought and my thought in general for this week. Keep care of your own damn house. Do your damn job. Smile. And take time for your damn selves.
And drink lots of coffee. Coffee is the answer.
I agree. Caffeine and espresso, mainline.
We know the important stuff.
Yes. You know, there are 3 things we don't run out of this house without of. We don't run out of cigarettes and we don't run out of coffee. And if we think about having pet food, we keep it in stock.
Devin, you're right. Coffee is life. I messaged somebody earlier and said, are we doing coffee tonight? And he was like, yeah. I said, all right, I can have another coffee then.
Yes.
Because it means I stay up later.
Yes. We do. I've got to add Hazel to the break room. Remind me to do that, honey. That way you can chat with girls throughout the week.
Right, let me write it on my notepad.
No, let me do it now.
I shall send some new photos as well tomorrow night because I'm having baby.
Oh, how lovely. How lovely.
And you've got new heels. Sorry?
I need a new headshot.
What, of baby?
Of you.
Oh, okay.
I've got to make advertisement.
Okay. Soon as I wake and come downstairs, I'll knock my computer on because it's at the bottom of my stairs.
Mm-hmm.
I'll walk out the kitchen, make a coffee, come back in and open everything.
All right. You've been invited. Now you can post them straight to yourself.
What's it through?
Facebook.
It hasn't come through yet, but it could be because everything's on a go slow after Facebook breaking down.
Yeah. Which I think is conspiracy, but we'll get into that later. All right, guys. Yeah. You guys have a wonderful evening. I'm shipping Miss Hazel up to bed, and I will see you in a little while on the network. Bye, y'all.
Bye.